Hi, I'm Debbie Conway, Head of Rowing at school. I would just like to take this opportunity to reach out to you as parents of our rowers to sort of show our support for your rowers over the next year with exams and rowing. I'd just like to say that all the coaches are there to support your rower in whatever they need and in turn supporting you as the parents. I appreciate that this is a busy time for you all, and for many, if you haven't been through public exams before, it's a bit of an unknown. Brive Training Camp is in the middle of the Easter holidays in 2025. It is a great opportunity for the rowers to make steps forward in their rowing preparations for the regatta season, which for the seniors leads to national schools and also opportunities at Women's Henley Royal Regatta. It's a fantastic opportunity to make that progress, but it's also a great opportunity for your rower to make the most of some revision. We as the coaches will be planning the day around revision as well as rowing, and we can take the lead from the girls and boys as to how they want to structure the day. We can have longer sessions for revision, we can break it down into shorter sessions, we can have early water sessions and late water sessions to enable this to happen. But we can take the lead from your rower. We are strong believers, all the coaches, that the balance between sport and schoolwork is important. It's giving an opportunity for them to take a break from schoolwork and sort of clear their head, exercise, which in turn leads them to eat well and sleep well. While we're on camp, we've got Miss Johnston will be attending, and she has offered to run any maths clinics that might be required, whether that's set up before we depart and the rowers asking her specifically for certain topics, or while we're out there, if they find a topic being more of a challenge, she can set some clinics up while we're there. Other coaches attending have got a lot of science-based specialism, we've got some humanities covered as well, but we also have got the lower six who have been through GCSEs and would be more than willing to help and support in any way that they can. I have asked Max Stone and Darcy Wilkins, who are currently lower six, to say a few words about their experience as a rower and balancing Brive Training Camp and exams, and also Danielle Stone as a parent and her concerns and I think ultimately positive outcomes from Max attending training camp. If you have any questions or queries or concerns, please don't hesitate to get in contact with any of the coaches and we'll be willing to help. Brief sign-ups are still open, and I know that there are some of you who are uncertain due to this balance with academic and sport. But please think carefully, have a discussion with your child, rowers, and speak to other parents as well to see how they've balanced it. Claire Wilkins and Andy Hitchens have also been offered to be contacted if any of you would like to have a chat with them. So, thank you.
Hi, I'm Max. I'm currently in lower six and I'll be doing rowing for all my senior school life. When I went on the Brive Trip, I was in upper five, and rowing was a big part of what I wanted to do and kind of my later aspirations for the rest of my senior school life. When I first heard about the Brive Trip, obviously being in my upper five year with GCSEs coming up, I was very nervous and sceptical about the whole idea of taking time away from revision. With all the revision came a lot of stress as well, which with the whole training camp idea, I thought that was not going to be a great idea, but I'm very glad that I did push myself to take the jump into going on this Brive Trip, as it gave me kind of time away and a break from all my books and my work, and gave me time to relax and wind down. Whilst on the Brive Trip, I still got a lot of my revision done. I got just as much as what I'd say good quality revision as I would at home. There was study spaces that we could all go to kind of wind down, look at our books, take a deep breath, and kind of work through what we needed to. overall, I felt very well prepared. Didn't feel like I'd lost any progress on where I was from when I was revising at home, and I just felt kind of in a more mentally stable place for what I was about to have to deal with stress at, obviously, in the middle of GCSEs.
Hello, my name is Darcy and I'm a current lower sixth at the school. I sort of was a little bit worried when I first started thinking about going to Brive because my academics mean quite a lot to me, but so does rowing. So I talked to some of my friends, saw what they were doing, and they were all going, so I decided to go too. And for me, I think it worked out better that I did go than if I didn't go. I definitely think I did more revision because I went. There was really, for me, 3 main reasons as to why I think it was better. Number 1 was that we could work in groups, which was really, really helpful for me because for mocks, I just revised on my own. And I don't think I did quite as well as I'd wanted to for my mocks. So it was really good that I could now work in a group with people. And obviously we all have our different strengths and weaknesses. So it was quite nice just other people helping out each other. You could help other people. It just solidified everyone's knowledge in general. So that was really nice. And my second reason is that with rowing, it's quite an intense sport. So it would mean that we had a really good schedule. So when we were out on the water, because I cox as well as I do some rowing, mostly cox, I can't think about anything apart from rowing when I'm on the water. So it helped me really get that distinction between being on the water and off the water. So it meant when I did revise, I was a lot more effective with my time. And I think that really, really helped me because then I wasn't spending, 8 hours just sitting and probably not getting as much as I would be done as I would be wanting to, even though I'm spending more time. So I think that really worked well for me. And probably reason number 3 is just about the facilities that they had. So we were given probably minimum 4 hours a day, plus if you wanted to revise in the evenings you could. So I'd go between 4 and 6 hours. And that was really the perfect amount of time for me because it meant that I knew exactly how much time I had, I could get done what I wanted to do, I could do myself a timetable, know exactly what I was getting done because it was the same between each day, which was really nice. They also had lots of quiet spaces, so you could have your gîte, which was nice because you had people your age group in there, so you all had the same aims to revise, or you were with sometimes people slightly older, which I personally was, but that was really nice because they would come in and help us because they'd obviously been through GCSEs, so that helped me a lot because they could explain things and they knew exactly what we were going to go through, so it was nice, really, really good. And lastly, I just want to say they also had teacher help, which was really useful. Like we had Miss Johnstone there for maths, plus there were some ONs that came down and they all had their strengths, and obviously they all knew lots about each subject, so they could really help us. Yeah, perfect, thank you.
I'd be lying if I didn't say that I had some anxieties and worries about Max initially attending the rowing trip to Brive. It's the time of the year when revision gets serious, it gets real, and as a parent you want them to make the most of that time and maximise the opportunity, and you worry that will they be attending the trip and missing out on important study time. Having then spent some time talking to the coaches, talking to other students in the year above my son, and discussing it with Max himself, it quickly transpired that the school have been very, very used to and well practiced in children coping with both their sport commitments and their commitments to their exams, which at the end of the day are very, very important. I was so reassured very quickly, mostly by the other students who had already been through the process. They were wonderful. They said that on the trip, allowances were made for revision. Other children in the younger years attending were very kind and had an awareness that they needed time to revise and focus. And that was really reassuring for me. And also talking to Max himself, his sport's very important to him. Rowing offers him not only many physical benefits, but mentally it's been wonderful. He said to me one time, being on the water, he could forget, he could relax, he could refocus. And I think that that was the statement that made me think, actually, this is the right thing for him. And I have absolutely no regrets. He had a wonderful time away. Came back really motivated. He was able to sit on the downtimes from rowing with his friends, sitting past papers on their laptops. It was taken very seriously, but he still had a wonderful time and a wonderful experience. So I would say to any mums and dads out there that are having any wobbles about letting their children attend, trust the process. But work-play balance is really important, and this trip really allowed him to strive in academic and physical areas. So I'm delighted.